All right, Richard from the Steady Peddler here. Hey, I'm going to show you the insides of your freewheel on your electric bike. Almost all electric bikes use freewheels. They don't use cassettes. Don't use that term interchangeably. This is not a cassette. This is a freewheel. So it's important to know that as you get into more expensive bikes, 9-speed and above, you'll start to see some cassettes in that area, but these are freewheels. So the freewheel on your electric bike is removed with a freewheel tool. I'll put a link to that in the description. I'm using a Drift Maniac freewheel tool because it has a nice deep socket that goes in, passes all of the sprockets, and allows you to get a hold of the splines down inside the freewheel body. So I have taken the sprockets off of this freewheel body. So these are just stamped steel sprockets, nothing special there. And then there's an outer keeper, either sprocket or a lock ring on the outside. Now, just to show you what your freewheel actually consists of, the freewheel consists of an inner race here and an outer race in there of bearings. In this particular freewheel, the outer race is a caged bearing. The inner race is loose ball bearings. And I had those popped out of there a minute ago, and they were going all over my kitchen floor. So at any rate, I do this stuff for you. I suffer so much, but at any rate, that's what those bearings look like. This is not a rebuildable unit. So if you have the idea, oh, I'll take my freewheel apart and I'll grease it up and stick it back together. No, wrong answer. You're going to just replace the unit. Now you can pour some Tri-Flow or something into the edges of the freewheel to try and lubricate it. That will help some, but ultimately this whole unit is replaced as one big lock, stock, and barrel. Now let me show you what makes this thing make the clicking noises and the ratcheting mechanism. There's two parts to that. This is the pawls, and your freewheel will have multiple pawls. The one that we're looking at right here has two pawls with their springs, and those are what you're hearing snap in and out as they go around the ramps inside of the freewheel body. So that's how this thing works. When you pedal forwards, these pawls lock up against the ramps and ratchets up and then locks. And then when you coast or pedal backwards, they spin freely backwards, and you hear that clicking noise when you're coasting or when you pedal backwards. So that's how that works. Now, what happens if these pawls get rounded off with wear, or if they're defective, or the springs mess up, you will hear some crunching noises when you start pedaling. If you hear those crunching noises, you need to contact Lectric and get them to get you a new freewheel, and then you need to work out getting yourself a freewheel extractor tool so that you can take the old freewheel off to put the new one on. So that's what you're looking at. It's a real simple mechanism. It can drive you crazy. You can have crunchy noises coming out of that. If that happens, be sure and contact Lectric. You can put some lubricant in from the outside, dribble a little Tri-Flow in there, and that will help. Don't overdo it, or you'll be slinging Tri-Flow down the spokes of your rear wheel. So this is Richard from the Steady Peddler. Thanks a lot.